I have a confession. I feel I've been unfair on Spurs in my time. And for any Spurs fans that are watching, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. It's a very odd save at the moment because you've got a manager in charge who basically doesn't really want to be at the club because of previous experiences and affiliations with other clubs and success. One thing I'll promise is that I'm going to do my best to bring success to Spurs because it's part of it's part of the challenge. I have to. I'm contractually obliged to say that I have to. I shouldn't really admit it, but I am actually really enjoying my time here at Spurs, and it's still going really well. Today we've got 2 big games though, all within 3 days. Just grand. And it's not even Christmas yet. It is December, but it's not even the Christmas period. But you can see here, it played Everton on the 2nd of December, got Leeds on the 4th, United on the 8th. So the way I worded it wasn't brilliant, but I've got to play 2 games in 3 days. You've just missed one of them. And that game was against Everton. Since we last met, however, things have gone... Yes. Obviously, in the last episode, I totally balls up with the Chelsea game. Since then, we drew away to West Brom, which wasn't the best result in the world. Beat Sepsi Osk in the Euro Cup 2, and then beat Everton 3-1. So it's been a pretty good little period of time. We've got Leeds today, who are currently in 8th in the table, so they're playing very well at the moment, before we go away to Old Trafford to take on Manchester United in what could be a crucial game in the race for the top 4. Forget the top 4 though, we are still actually in a race for the title at the moment, tying with Liverpool in 2nd and 1 point behind Manchester City, who currently lead in 1st. The Arsenal are only 3 points behind us, as are Manchester United, hence why the game later is an absolutely massive game in that context. Hopefully we'll be able to get past Leeds and get past United. If we can do all those and win them, I'm feeling really good going into the rest of the season. Leicester and Leeds and that are a bit of a way off, so it's the usual top 6 that are, or the big 6 as they like to call themselves. We're all kind of concertinaing together at the moment, 5 points separating all 6 of us. We've got a game against Leeds today. Why it's on the Tuesday night, I have no idea. Why it couldn't have been moved to Wednesday, I don't know. It's very irritating. You can tell here, I've got a few people that are being rested at the moment. Santalo is carrying an injury, so he's going to have to come off. In terms of the rest of the lineup, though, it's the usual. So Bogdanovic in goal. You've got Harwood, Pai, Koundé and Flores making up the back 4. I'm giving Almaraz a bit of a rest at the moment because he gets really tired quite quickly. Guilherme is sat in the deep line playmaker role for the time being. Bartoli is coming in the box-to-box. Hudson Henrique is played very well. He's playing in the more advanced deep line playmaker role, with Jude Bellingham and second striker in support of Smet and Bates up front. Jude Bellingham has also got 9 goals this season, beginning to turn it on a little bit and become the player that I kind of hoped that I'd have when we first took hold of Spurs. Looking at Leeds, they've got some very good players, right? Maximilian Woba, I signed him for my Leeds save last year. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. It was amazing. And one of my favourite saves that we've done so far. They've also got Patson Daka, who's now a player I remember, and Jamal Lewis, Chelik. There's a few players that I recognise. I'm going to say go out and carry straight on from what you did in the last match, where we beat Everton 3-1 relatively comfortably. Bates had a very good day that day, and him and Smet together, it's just counter-attack central. Basically, anytime we get a counter-attack, people are in trouble when they play us, when they play Smet and Bates, because both of them are absolutely rapid. So any kind of counter-attack, you are buggered, basically. They're playing one of my favourite old formations, the 5-2-1-2. I love that one. The Comte, I think, is a very decent player, if memory serves. Yeah, look, he looks like he could be very good, so I'm going to scout him quickly. They've got quite an older side, actually. I thought they'd have a little bit of a younger one, but especially the strike force is very experienced at this point in the game, as Flores plays it into Dean Bates. Bates is our top goal scorer in all competitions so far this year, as Flores gets down the right-hand side. Go on, mate. Tease it back to Hudson Henrique. Great ball into the back post, and Smet heads it over the bar. What a ball by Hudson Henrique, though. Picks him out, an absolute treat. Probably should have scored that, if I'm honest. Harwood on the ball here, as we've not really made the most of the corner that we had. We played it short, Pai into Bellingham, who finds Dean Bates, who scores, but he's offside. Even I could have told you he was offside. But at the moment, we're playing some good stuff. We're cutting through leads at will. But I think I'm pretty certain that's offside. It looks like it's going to be disallowed. Yeah, it's been disallowed. Well, it looks like Leeds got it down our end for a change as Bellingham finds Harwood. It's a decent ball from Andy. It has found Bates. Now, this is what I mean by counter-attack. Just watch the speed. No one's going to keep up with him, apart from that number 3, apparently. As Bates then steps on the afterburners, Jamal Lewis is the one. They've given it away. Hudson Henrique back to Flores. If we don't score from this, I'm going to be very disappointed. Flores whips it in front post. What a stop. What a block. Jude Bellingham really should tuck that away. That's not Hudson Henrique's finest moment, I'm not going to lie. Brilliant from Flores. He finds him at the front post, did everything right. They just put all their men on the back line. I'm a bit annoyed by the amount of defending that they're doing here. That back three is doing bits against my attack. And we've had the highlights, but we've not really forced the issue, one would say. And actually, Leeds, to be fair, if you looked at it, you could say they've been the better team. Not good. I'm far from pleased with what I've just seen. Flores has done fine. I think he's been okay. I'm just a little disappointed in the front boys. I expected more from Bellingham, more from Bates, and more from Smet. I expect better from them. Hopefully, we'll be able to just to nick a 1-0 would be brilliant. Just to get a result here, as Bartoli does really well. Considering he's not usually in our first team, he's playing really well. What a ball to Smet, by the way. And Smet, I can't believe he's missed that. That is a sitter every day of the week. Not been Jude Bellingham's day. Going to take him off. Bring on Renier. Let's hope he can do something magical. He's usually very good at that. Celik throws it in. Bartoli again wins the ball and a nice pass forward to Smet. Right, Smet, go on, use your pace, son. Smet, he's literally just going to keep going. Smet, brilliant hit. He's at the post. It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days. They whip it in towards the back post and Pi heads it clear. It'd be good to get a clean sheet, but at the same time, I mean, this Ellen Road is not an easy place to come and get a result, especially with the way that they're playing. But I am a little bit irritated by the lack of... What a tackle by Kunde that was. I am very irritated by the lack of quality that we've shown today. It's not been good enough. It takes us up into second, level on points with Manchester City, but ultimately it feels like 2 points dropped. I'm going to say I was happy with overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Ellen Road's a difficult place to go. To come away with it with a clean sheet and a 0-0 and dominate most of the highlights, I'll take it. I'll take it. Not the best result, but I'll take it. This is a conversation I'm sure most Spurs fans wouldn't want to have in real life. Harry Kane is hinting that it might be time to leave the club to seek a new challenge. Harry, come on, mate, talk to me. What's going on? Nope, he's had some concerns, but put my arm around him and said, Harry, you're not in my plans because you're 35. But hopefully I can win a trophy for Spurs while you're still here. So Harry loves that. Me and him, best buds. Best buds. Love Harry Kane. Best buds. Ooh, this is an interesting one. On the same day we're playing United, Liverpool are playing City. That's big, considering Liverpool and City are the two teams that are ahead of us. Oh, yeah, here's another player that we'll show you later on. Oh, wait until you see this boy, Maximiliano Roldan. You'll see him at the start of next episode, hopefully. But get excited. City beat Liverpool 2-0. Bloody hell. Crikey. And United must have lost their game as well because they're still 4 points behind us. So actually, this has worked out relatively okay. Chelsea won. I mean, it's going to be so tense for the top four this year. It's unreal. I think City will probably go on and win the title by the looks of things. But from our point of view, I just need to focus on trying to get us back in the conversation of Champions League football. That's the most important thing for me here. In terms of changes from the last game, there's only two I've made. Almaraz comes back in at right wing back, and Bartoli's going to keep his place. Zilic comes in for Guilherme, who's also played very well. He did well on that rob, but I just feel that there's something in this for us. If we play to our peak, to our proper standard, we can do well against United here. But they've got a team full of talent, so this is going to be really tough. You can tell there they've got Aaron Ramsdale, they've got Sturgio, who used to be our player, he's very good. They've got Wilfred Ndidi, they've got Bentancur, Ansu Fati, Fernandes, Rashford, Greenwood. I mean, they're playing Amad Diallo. They've got some players here that are simply sensational. I'm going to tell the boys that the media have given us a lot of credit recently. Get out there and do it. No matter even if they win today, they still won't overtake us in the league. But this is a good chance for us to lay down a marker. And actually, in the big games away from home, we've done quite well this year. We've not really been battered by anybody. City seem to be kind of like running away with it a little bit now, which is fine because I didn't expect us to win the title this year at all. Maybe if we can get an FA Cup, that'd be nice. But the most important thing was securing European football, getting Spurs back onto like the big stage, keeping the money coming in, and helping me build a team maybe next year that can go for a title challenge. Because we are a few players short, and by that I mean quite a fair few players short. As Pi heads it clear, but only as far as Wolf and Ndidi, who seems to be playing at left back here, which is a bit strange. Tongia back to Ndidi, he whips it into Bentancur. Pi clears it. This is where we're so good on that counter. Smet, roast him, son. Bates, you've got the speed. Dean Bates, absolutely terrible. Literally just ran straight into Rallo, you idiot. I've not been able to get Bellingham. Oh my god, Greenwood's in. It's one. It's the long ball over the top. This is 12th goal of the season. Can't really deny that they've deserved it. Pranetta here. I mean, Koundé's a little bit slow off the mark there. Greenwood just makes the run right in between the two centre-backs. Really poor. Like, really poor. We've not got going in this game. We've had more possession but done absolutely nothing with it. And I've got to get us to half-time here because this could get ugly otherwise. Come on, get there, Bates. He's losing a tackle against Ansu Fati, for Christ's sake. I don't mean to be rude, but Ansu Fati's not exactly built like a brick. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit slight, shall we say. So how he's getting beaten in a physical battle with that is ridiculous. Dressing room, I've not done it often. I'm throwing the water bottle. I'm really not happy. Really, really displeased with what I've just seen there. Pathetic. Bates is coming off, been awful. Troy Parrott is going to come on, get him on that complete forward. I need someone that's going to link it up together. Bellingham, forget going on attack, mate. We'll get you onto an advanced playmaker on support, I think, is the way to go. I mean, Bellingham's been awful. Do I take him off? I'm going to bring on Aaron Driven for Almaraz as well. I know that Almaraz is playing really well, but apparently he's carrying a bit of a knock, and I can't afford to have him get injured again for a prolonged period of time. We've not even had a shot. I just need more from the boys here. Okay, well, Bartoli's knackered. I don't really want to keep Jude Bellingham on because he's been gash, but he is going to come and play on. Get him on as a Mazzala and let's get him on attack. Let's let Renier go and play up front. I've got to do something. I've got to find a way of creating a chance here. The most important thing is at least it's... Smets twisted his knee. Is this going to be an episode where I don't score a goal? Renier on the ball, whips it in. Ramsdale punches it clear. Love to see that my set-piece tactics are being completely ignored. Great tackle there by Andy Harwood. I mean, just don't worry about following the rest of them, lads. Take your time getting back Andy Harwood. I mean, you made a great tackle a minute ago. That's awful. Greenwood, brilliant block, but Jesus Christ. Bellingham's played at 6.1. A 6.1. It's pathetic. A 6. He's meant to be my best player. This has not turned up. Koundé into Driven. Don't hit it long down the line. Play a pass. Thank you. Hudson Henrique. I mean, does anyone listen to... I mean, they can't. Obviously, they're not actually sentient beings, Mike. But does anyone listen to me? Bentancur on the ball into Maya. Back to Bentancur, who whips it in. Koundé heads it clear. Don't worry about getting the second ball, lads. You take your time as Yanez Maya gets the second. They deserve it. They deserve it. I hate United. I hate losing to United. I'm fuming. I'm absolutely fuming. This is the most Spurs performance I've seen so far, actually, it's since taking over. I was going to say, we've not had a lot of Spursy performances, but this has definitely been one of them. Like, this has been an utter Spurs performance, just not turning up in a big game, being absolute bottle jobs. Smets missed a sitter. I mean, come on. Took 83 minutes for us to have a shot. 83 minutes. No, United, they probably spent £1 billion a summer assembling this team, but it doesn't make me feel any better. This is a bit of a reality check, I think, as to where we are in relation to some of the other teams. It's disappointing. Renier on the ball. I mean, maybe I should just start playing him. Jude Bellingham's definitely going to get dropped at this rate. Renier hits it. What a goal by Renier. 2-what? Maybe it's not over yet. We've still got 2 minutes. Come on, boys. Yeah, Renier is starting the next few games. Jude Bellingham's going to get dropped. He's been awful in the last few games. Absolutely pathetic. So there's no way he's starting next time out as Andy Howard makes another good tackle. And we're making United probably a little bit more nervy than they'd want to be here. But Conrad's got away from Driven into Tongia. Great take. Awful finish. Awful finish. I mean, we scored from one of our 2 shots on target. So that's the only positive I have to say. I'll say unlucky. They're not. It's pathetic. It was a special goal from Renier, definitely. Smets out for 6 days and Almaraz out for 3 days. Disappointed would be my assessment of that. We're 4th in the league, but I'm disappointed. Really, really disappointed in that performance. Got some nice fixtures coming up though. Southampton, Bournemouth, Cardiff, Sheffield United, Fulham, Palace, Wolves. These are all games you expect us to get maybe maximum points in, and then we got a game against Liverpool before a game against Arsenal. Which I think is obviously one we're going to want to tune in for. Shall we come back for then? Let's come back for the Wolves and Liverpool games towards the back end of the transfer window, because there will be more movement going on in the transfer window, and then obviously we have the North London derby and Man City after that. But I definitely think that we'll come back for Wolves and Liverpool. Makes sense to me, and we'll see how we're getting on in the transfer window. All I can say is thank you so much for watching this episode. Sorry we didn't really do anything. I'm sure a few of the Arsenal fans won't mind that at all. But it's been really enjoyable so far with Spurs. We're still in the Champions League place. That's what really kind of matters at the moment. Get that, and I'll say it's been a successful season. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please drop a like on the video. Share and subscribe. And until I see you again, take care of yourselves, everyone, and stay cool.